Hi there, a warm welcome to you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining the live chat. Simon joined. Welcome, Simon. Simon has several names to address me. He's calling me Sajid, Sanjay, Sajidov. How are you, Simon? Mel Gabriel here. Welcome, Mel Gabriel. How are you? A name in Hebrew language saying greetings from Israel, Sajid. Good to see you. Good to see you. Someone from Israel join the live chat. Simon says, do you think Eretz is a puppet of Israel? Because I have my suspicions. Elijah Kano joined. To welcome Elijah. Fissehai joined. Welcome Fissehai. Elijah, how do you see the comment written by Simon that Eretz is a puppet state of Israel? Real hidden light joined. Elijah is a learned man, by the way. I remember he wrote an article too for newsedis.com, my website, and he did extensive research before writing that article. Man says, what is explosive? I'll explain. Stop playing here. Real hidden light says the best of the best for genuine news from Ethiopia. Thank you, Real Hidden Light. Sahle joined. Welcome, Sahle. Good to see you. Muhammad Negash here. Welcome, Muhammad Negash. Well, let me respond a little about Simon's comments regarding Eritrea. Why did Simon write this comment? I did a video an hour ago, and in that video, I analyzed Eritrean government's silence about Israel's decision to recognize Somaliland as a country. Why is that Hassan Sheikh has not called Isas Severki so far? Why is that Eritrean government is silent? No statement at all. So it means two things. Either Eritrea and Somalia are not on good terms, or Eritrea is scared of Israel. It does not want to issue any statement which could offend Israel. Simon is saying Eritrea is scared of Israel. It's a puppet of Israel. Elijah says, so. Interesting live join. Mekonon say there. Matikko de Maher. Well, let me explain Elijah. If you remember, a few months ago, Eritrean government issued a statement about the protests by Eritrean opposition groups in Israel. In that statement, I did a video on that. That's why I remember. In that statement, Eritrean government directly accused Mossad, Israeli intelligence agency. Eritrean government said that Mossad and other hostile intelligence agencies are staging and organizing anti-Eritrean government groups in different parts of the world. And if you remember back then, I said in that video that it was very extraordinary that Eritrea by name mentioned Israeli intelligence agency. So I agree with Elijah. I don't think that Eritrea is scared of Israel. I think Hassan Sheikh disappointed Isas Severki. Isas Severki stood with Hassan Sheikh last year when Hassan Sheikh was being threatened by Abi. Isas Savuki, Al Sisi, Hassan Sheikh, they united. Abi had to back off. But when Isaias needed Hassan Sheikh and Abi was threatening to march towards Assad, Hassan Sheikh was nowhere to be seen. That is why I think Isaias Savuki is not happy with Hassan Sheikh. He was hoping that Somalia will stand with Eritrea, but Hassan Sheikh disappointed Isaias Savuki. Uh, is Hassan Sheikh weak or does he change alliances? Let me welcome a new member. Kiye joined. Welcome, Kiye. Welcome to membership community. If you want to be a member, link is given in description section of this video and this live chat and about section of the channel. Link will take you to membership page. Uh, I think Hassan Sheikh is very weak internally. He's not in a position to confront Eritrea or Ethiopia or Egypt because internally he's very weak. His government relies on support from peacekeeping mission. Mogadishu was about to fall to Al Shabaab a few months ago, but then Ethiopian forces fought on front lines. Strikes were conducted. Al Shabaab fighters were pushed away from Mogadishu. When you're weak internally, you cannot make big decisions about regional relations. So, Hassan Sheikh relies on Ethiopia. Without Ethiopian support, military support, his government cannot survive. He knows that. Ethiopia can be a real problem for Hassan Sheikh. That is why Hassan Sheikh cannot stand up to Ethiopia. And keeping in view the relations between Hassan Sheikh's federal government and Puntland and Jubaland, Hassan Sheikh was never in a position to challenge Ethiopia. That is why I think Isas was expecting too much from Hassan Sheikh. Hassan Sheikh was not in a position to support Eritrea against Ethiopia. Maybe Hassan Sheikh and Isas will talk. Maybe Hassan Sheikh will visit Eritrea. He will apologize, and Isas will be happy to apologize, to forgive him, to accept the apology. Uh, Isas actually is telling Hassan Sheikh that though you betrayed me, but I'm silent. I'm waiting for you to contact me. Then I'll see what to do. Just like Trump is keeping Hassan Sheikh on edge, issuing statements, talking to media, uh, saying nothing about one Somalia policy, rather saying we are considering recognition, but it's a complicated issue. It's a big decision. We know how to make big decisions. Basically, Trump is pressurizing Hassan Sheikh. Isas's silence is pressurizing Hassan Sheikh. Hassan Sheikh will definitely contact Isas, I think. How will Isas respond? Maybe he will agree with Hassan and support Hassan, but he's trying to teach Hassan a lesson, I think. Robert Heller joined. Welcome, Robert. Fisse, hi here. Yeah, Fisse, I agree. Eritrea is known for its temporary silence on addressing situation. Yeah, but this type of issue should have been addressed immediately. Recognition came yesterday, and everyone is issuing statements. It's not an ambiguous issue. I mean, it's not that Eritrea needs to uh, look into details. I think Isas would like Hassan Sheikh to apologize and then maybe Eritrea will issue a statement. The Maskan Dinka joined. Welcome to Maskan. Sahle says all run to Eritrea when they are weak and deny Eritrea when they feel they are strong. Yeah, that's what Abiy did, by the way. Abiy sought Eritrean support in 2020 when Tigray military attacked Northern Command. Eritrea gave shelter to ENDF soldiers. And when Abiy weakened TPLF, then Abiy demanded sea access. We saw us being betrayed by both Abiy and Hassan Sheikh. That's what the pulse is in Asmara. I think we're being diverted. Topic is about TPLF. Welcome, Yosede. Good to see you. Goish Gabre join. Welcome, Goish. Uh, TPLF issued a statement today. Let me come to the topic, viewer. Just give me 5 minutes. I'll wrap up the talk and then you can write comments and ask questions. Two statements came today, and the tone of the two statements is very different. Are two centers of power emerging in Tigray? One statement came from Tigray interim government, which is basically a letter written by Tigray government to Ethiopian Federal National Disaster Risk Management Commission, addressing the accusations leveled by the commission. The commission chief, in an interview and in a statement, leveled some allegations against Tigray government. In parallel, a statement was issued by TPLF, weekly statement. And when I read this statement, I was shocked. I mean, I never saw this type of language used by TPLF in the last 2 years. Perhaps the strongest statement by the TPLF against the federal government in the last 2 years. So, in the letter written by Tigray government to the National Disaster Risk Management Commission, Tigray government has explained that there is a humanitarian crisis in Tigray, not just at Hitsat's IDP camp, but at other IDP camps too. There are over 100 IDP camps in Tigray. Around 1 million people are at the camps. Crisis is prevalent at all the camps. Aid being provided like 15 kilogram wheat per month and less than 1 liter of cooking oil and other such items is not enough. People are facing acute shortage of food aid and other items. And secondly, Tigray government explained in the statement that it has no role, it has no hand in the distribution or dispatching of the aid. Aid is delivered and distributed by third parties. That is why the allegations leveled by the National Disaster Risk Management Commission that aid is being stolen by TPLF or Tigray government are false allegations. And Tigray government urged the people of Ethiopia, federal government, international community to support the people of Tigray. That is what the crux of the statement is. Crux of the letter is written by Tigray government to Ethiopian federal government's commission, disaster risk management commission. But TPLF issued a statement, and the statement, if you have read that, I think is very explosive. TPLF says that the federal government of Ethiopia basically wants to erase the people of Tigray from the face of the earth. That the federal government of Ethiopia is committing a genocide of Tigrayans. It started in 2020. It is still continuing. Basically, TPLF is saying that federal government does not want to see anyone alive in Tigray. Secondly, the TPLF says that federal government-backed institutions, government-backed social media activists are making fun of the suffering of the people of Tigray. Instead of supporting the people of Tigray, this government, Ethiopian government, is humiliating the people of Tigray by making fun of their suffering. These are very strong words used by TPLF in today's statement. Thirdly, TPLF says that Tigray government, TPLF, they have no role in identifying the people who should receive aid, in transporting aid, in distributing aid. How can federal government accuse TPLF and Tigray government of stealing aid? In the same statement, TPLF thanks people of it thanks Ethiopians, Eritreans, the people of Sudan for supporting the people of Tigray. So it's an indirect gratitude, sign of gratitude for Eritrean government. It's a confirmation, a reaffirmation of the Semdo by TPLF in today's statement. And TPLF has announced that it won't allow its people to be exterminated by this cruel regime in Ethiopia. That's what the party has said. I just quoted a few points mentioned by TPLF, very strong statements. I did not see such strongly worded, explosive statement by TPLF. My question, viewers, is are two centers of power emerging in Tigray, TPLF and Tigray government? Or are they playing good cop, bad cop? This is my question. University of Brea joined. Welcome, University of Brea. Elijah says Ethiopia has not issued any statement about Israeli recognition of Somaliland. Perhaps Eritrea is waiting to see what Ethiopia says. I think Ethiopia won't issue a statement. I think Ethiopia will stay silent. That's my analysis. It's not based on any intelligence, but I think Ethiopia will remain silent. Or it will issue an ambiguous statement. Israel is Ethiopian ally. I've been saying that for months. I know more than I talk, by the way, but I withhold some pieces of information which I think I should not disclose. But these two countries, Ethiopia and Israel, they are working very closely behind closed doors. UAE is their third partner. Americans are their partners too, but they don't want to take positions publicly, I think. Goracha says, is it true that Isas is very sick? Well, PP-backed activists are spreading rumors. They spread rumors about gunfire in Asmara. They spread rumors about channels being killed by Isas. They spread rumors about coup against Isas. Rumors by PP activists. Well, Simon, I think that US bombing of Nigeria maybe is linked to US plan to control oil in Nigeria. And secondly, on Niger Benin border, armed groups are collaborating. They're building a new front, which could be a challenge in this part of Africa in coming months. Americans will be involved there, I think. They don't want to allow these extremist groups to be very strong so that they could then start hitting American interests in this part of the world. Elijah says there are three centers of power in Tigray, TDF2. By the way, I did a video 2 to 3 days ago and I explained what General John Madid said. And a few things which I attributed to General John Madid were not actually said by him. Uh, I relied on translations, which I later rechecked. Johannes did criticize a prosperity party. He did not say that war is near, that we will take IDPs by force to Humera Volka Sagade. Though he criticized the uh, ruling regime in Ethiopia. Prosperity Party backed activists are sharing lots of wrong information about TPLF leaders, Tigray generals, about Eritrean president, Eritrean government, and some who have tens of thousands, or hundreds of thousands of followers. They're also propagating such false pieces of information. Are there three centers of power in Tigray, as Elijah said, TPLF, TDF, and Tigray government? Well, if you ask me, I think I'm not sure to say that two centers of power have emerged in Tigray. Uh, I think maybe these Tigray leaders are deliberately taking different positions. They have decided the TPLF will continue putting pressure on the federal government. The government will take a balanced position. Maybe it will engage the federal government. It could be their premeditated strategy. But let me dig out more. Then I'll explain if it's a real emergence of multipolar internal political dynamics in Tigray or not. Many of them, I don't know if Swaziland has agreed to resettle Palestinians, but maybe I think Swaziland welcome it. They want recognition. If they have to allow a few thousand Palestinians to settle on their soil, I don't think they will say no to Israel. More than that, I think if they allow Israel to establish a military base, even that could be enough for Israel. Israel wants to expand militarily. Israel and UAE may be jointly operating military assets close to Somaliland. Yeah, Lilo, Sudanese General Al Burhan visited Turkey. Al Burhan visited Saudi Arabia, uh, visited Turkey. Why? Because Americans are pressurizing Al Burhan to agree to a ceasefire. But the conditions being laid out by Americans are not being accepted by Al Burhan. Al Burhan is consulting his allies or those who are backing him before making a final decision. Yeah, DSG, several people, think tanks, MPs have been proposing coordination between US and Somaliland, but recognition is a different thing. Grandpa, not grandpa, Grandpa Tigrinya says, I am an Eritrean. I'm happy for the people of Somaliland. I hope PM Abiy will be the second leader to recognize one other country. Let's see what Isas does, your country leader. Maxi says, warning to home, talking nonsense. Well, Maxi, the warning was to the federal government. If you are saying that a government is trying to erase our people from the face of earth, and we won't allow that to happen, what does this mean? Shouldn't it be called a warning? I think it's more than a warning. Morcos join. Welcome, Morcos. Interesting point by Guracha. Let me read it, respond to it, then we're in the light here. Guracha says, Asab was a distracting toy. Barbara is Abi's target. Well, uh, when Abi signed MOU and MOU could not be implemented last year, and then he shifted his attention towards Asab. Back then, it was said by PP backed activists that basically Abi from the start had his eyes on Asab. So the MOU was just a deception. Abi is clear about his goal. His goal is Asaf. And now we're saying Abi's goal is Barbara. Asaf was just a distracting toy. Now, if you ask me, my analysis is that Abi wanted to implement MOU with Somaliland. Abi took his time. He delayed the implementation. He lost an opportunity. I said that last year in some videos that Abi was wasting his time. I said Somaliland is more eager than Ethiopia to sign a proper agreement about sea access. And I said last year that there is only one region, it was a region, obviously, Somaliland, in the Horn of Africa, which is welcoming Ethiopian military. No one, no other region, no other country will allow ENDF to establish a naval base. But Abiy, I think, uh, backed off because Eritrea, Egypt, Somalia stood together. Somalia threatened to wage war. Somalia mobilized its forces. Diplomatically, Abiy was isolated. So then Abiy turned to Assad. What will Abiy do now? If Abiy now negotiates with Somaliland about the access, Somaliland might agree, but it will have tougher conditions now. I think even now Abiy will be hesitant to gain sea access through Somaliland in return for recognition. But he's, I think, delaying. He lost an opportunity last year. If he delays now, he will lose the opportunity maybe forever. Teddy Alimo says, last year you were against the MOU. I remember, don't twist things. No, I was never against or in support of MOU. That's not what my job is. No, I never said that I am against MOU. No, that's not how I talk. I only analyze, uh, and I said last year that Abiy will have to take the risk if he wants Ethiopia to gain sea access. It won't come for free. Somalia will respond. It will hit back. So Ethiopia should be ready to pay the price. That's what it will have to pay if it wants the access. But I never said it was a wrong move. Come on, Teddy. I don't want to argue with you. Janale Media joined. Welcome, Janale Media. 35 minutes have passed. I think we should end the live chat. Thank you for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. Let's see what Ethiopia and Eritrea do about recognition of Somaliland by Israel. Ethiopia could follow suit, could negotiate a deal with the Somaliland. Eritrea could maybe uh, back Hassan Sheikh. That we'll see in coming days. So far, Israel has created regional shock waves, I think. Let's see what happens. And secondly, I think TPLF is gradually mounting pressure on federal government. Federal government is not giving in, but today's statement indicates the level of tensions between TPLF and the federal government of Ethiopia. Thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. Till then, bye bye.